Greetings once again, you wonderful little people. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So, last time, we'd returned to town. And Caladrel was a bit injured. So, they need to have a little rest in town. They only took 1 point of damage, so we only need 1 day of rest. Which also means Blake is going to recover. Now you'll also notice I've made little versions of my little sheets in an attempt to conserve some space, because we could end up with a few adventurers going in. Now these on the back have a little to hit chart on them. It occurred to me that actually the to hit chart is way more useful than like the stats. So when I next do these, I might do them the other way around. I might put the hit table on this side, and then on this side have the stats. But, you know, we live and we learn, right? Also, important to note, leveled up, and leveled up. So they've got more hit points, which is good. We like hit points. Hit points keep us alive. And anything else important? I don't think so. I think we're good. I should probably set that to 10. Set this here to 10. Give me those. Come here. 10. Set you to 9. Yeah. I've set that off screen, haven't I? Silly me. I've got some more matching dice coming, so at the moment I've got a lot of dice that don't match. So like down here we've got old Blake Savage, and Blake's dice don't all match up. So that's upsetting. I also know that these don't all match up, but I'm colorblind enough that it doesn't bother me. Caladrel, you've got a 6. But really, the most important thing is that I remember which figure is which, and which D20 is which. So yeah. But we've got a day to spend in town. So one thing we are going to have to do... Oh, another thing I did. I've also realised that we were letting people move far too quickly, because I've sat down and figured out how much people were carrying. So in the case of Caladrel and Borin and David? Yeah, David. They should all be doing 2060, not 3090. So the party should be moving a lot slower than we have been moving. So yeah, I've done equipments for all the people in this wee book. These are all the bits and pieces that we have liberated from the dungeon. I'm going to start using weapon masteries. So for demi-humans, because they are long-lived in the way that they're made, don't have weapon proficiencies, at least not to start with, they're considered to be proficient in all the weapons that their class is allowed. Oh, what's that? Sorry, I'm currently cooking some dinner, so I had some oven residue on my finger there. So David, also I count thieves as a combat class, because you know that they can use all weapons, and they do the fighting. So yeah, so they've got 4. So fighting classes have 4 specialities. Everyone else has 2 specialities to start with. So David has sword, spear, short bow, and crossbow. Morblin has warhammer and mace. Ren has sword, dagger, short bow, and polearm. Blake has sword, dagger, short bow, and axe. and Jane has sword and shortbow, who's a wizard. Demi-humans can get more advanced proficiencies, but they need to level up and then find a trainer in order to do that. So, you know, that's a thing. There's a small storm bug in here which is going to annoy me no end. I opened the window because it's quite nice outside. We use the scroll of identify to identify the spear, and the spear gives us a +3 against humanoids, +1 against all other creatures, and David currently has that spear, which I will invariably forget. So, you know, there's that. Otherwise, oh, I also have the I've put in a page of consolidated notes. So we'd found that little note that said use the little pyramid to access the howling caves, beware the darkness. Now I imagine the howling caves and beware the darkness means that there's going to be gusts of some sort that can blow out our torches, so we have to be aware of that. There's a vat of oil near the Sturge's nest. There's healing goo in the pool in the basement. Lankios the Hermit has been cursed and is looking for his lost love, Guivrel. He was betrayed by his friend Kay. There is a mosaic of 3 priests. One touches a great door and is killed by lightning. Toff's left hand forward and right hand by his side. This was a picture on the stairs on the way up to the pyramid. Set is waiting and watching. This was a piece of graffiti that we saw on the way down originally. And there was a picture of huge thighs and an amphibian head, arrow pointing to the eyes that said danger. So those are our notes. And then our accounts. So we dished out the gold last time, and this is where our accounts are looking. So yeah, that's that. But the thing that we need to purchase from town is some vials or bottles, be it wine skins or water skins or potion bottles, to keep collect some of that oil, but more importantly collect some of that goo. So we're going to go down into the basement and collect some goo before we go further into the dungeon, and we're going to see if we can get some vials. So who's going to go shopping? Well, everyone except for these two, because these two are still having to heal for another day. So we're going to have Borin Axehandle, Ren Katari, Morblin and David are going to go out looking for bowls. And for this, I've also got the little fate chart from Mythic, and we're going to be using this as necessary. Let me bring the microphone a little bit more over here. There we go. Yes. Constant rearrangement of our status, of our living status here. No, now you're a bit of a way. How about that? That's probably better. Okay. Less of a way. So yeah, we're going to go down into the market. And the question is, because I also got another book, I don't think I've got it open yet. I don't. Where is it? The Cess Citadel. It's got some city stuff in it, so we don't want scrolling. Choo. There we go. Right. So crowds. Yeah, when we go out today, is there a crowd? Right. Let me go over here and get my dice. Sorry. Come in. Right. That's better. What dice do we want? Well, we want, we don't want our keyboard here. We don't need you anymore. Shoot. You're in the way. Off it goes. It's no longer in the way. How did my dice rolling thing end up all the way over here? I don't know. Poor organisation as always on my part. One problem with this little book that I'm using is it is very old, so the kind of fake moleskin is decaying all over my desk. So, oh well, that's life. I was looking for a D100. Looking for matching dice. Have I got matching dice? I don't think I do I? Oh, hold on, you? Have I got the... Yeah, okay. I don't like these dice. They're way too pointy. These dice make these dice make Lego look like they're nice and safe. So the question is, are there going to be crowds? I think it's likely. So if we roll under a 65, there'll be a crowd. 22. So under 65, but higher than 13. So there is a crowd. So let's roll to find out what's causing the crowd. We need a D10 and a D6 and a D4. Come here, D4. Okay, so the cause of a crowd is a raucous festival. Be it a cultural holiday or simply an excuse to drink. There are folks in the streets dancing, singing, and cavorting with reckless abandon. Oh, how exciting. There's a festival on. Size of event, 6 free. Middling, a few hundred, still room to run. Okay. So we could we can get around this crowd. And 1, the mood is busy. Right, well that's, yeah, that sounds exciting. So there's a festival on. Is it a... So we've got to bear in mind that this town is... did I roll a 22? I think I did. Did I? Fiddlesticks. I can't remember. If I did roll a 22, I should have rolled a random event. 22. Did I roll 22? Now I feel like I should go back and check, but that'd be way too much effort. I'd have to, like, do all kinds of stuff. Okay, so is it a kind of a celebration of some kind of adventurous discovery? I think that's likely again. 97. No. 97. No, it's definitely not. So it's extreme. It's a all right. Well, then it's like a mass wake, right, for the dead, who've ventured into Ardenval and died, and so today is like for the celebration of past adventurers. So we should note this down in here. In our little calendar. So is this a monthly affair? Let's check, right? So is it a monthly affair? And we'll go this is a 50-50. No. And that's an 88, which is a random event. Okay. Let's first of all note down this event. Where's my pen? There it is. So 16th is the day today. Festival of the Fallen Adventurers. Okay, cool. So the Festival of Fallen Adventurers, and there's a random event. So I'm going to have to open up Mythic here. So, you know, even if the last one was a random event, we've got ourselves a new random event nice and quick. So let's see. 20 random events. Here we go. Generating a random event. Consider the context. Roll to see the kind of random event. 37. NPC action. Okay. NPC action. We need to have a table for an action. I'm going to sneeze. Am I going to sneeze? I am going to sneeze. 1 second. Go sneeze. I sneezed. Okay. So, action. We'll roll it on table 1. 83. 83. Start. And then we'll roll a descriptor. On table 2. 70. Start old. Start old. Start old. It's a random event. It's an NPC. They are starting old. It's a funny combination, isn't it? Characters. Let's have a look at what this character is like. So start old, 65. 65. Mundane. Okay. 80. Mundane. Reassuring. Start old. Okay, right. So I think this is kind of a straightforward event. I think an old adventurer starts to tell, read from the book of heroes, and regales us with a tale, regales the audience with a tale of I've got a book. I got a new book. I got another new book. Where is it? Nomicon. Is it in my list of... Oh, I've put my keyboard away. Do I still have it immediately available? Is it in... Did I last... Yeah, yes, there it is. Nomicon. Hey. Sorry, you don't get to see the book. I can never remember which books have my name on them and which ones don't. Alright, well this one doesn't. See that. How does it look? Okay, that's cool. So a Nomicon's just like a big old namer. Let's see. D20. It's 4. So Bretonian, a Welsh sounding name. Right, let's go here. Chapter 2, Chapter 3. Here we go. Anglish, Arabish, Bretonian. Have they... I think they have. I think they've done Celtic Gaelic in here, but they called it Bretonian over here. Oh no, there's Bretonian. I'm an idiot. I can't read. I'm stupid. Well, we all knew that already. Is it going to be a masculine? Oh, apparently we only have masculine names. Masculine, feminine. Okay, and... Okay, right. Now, Bretonian masculine names. There's a few options in here. Let's just go with this. Let's go for a... Bretonian feminine personal names. Gaelic. And the dice is a D20. Okay. So... 16. D. Let's write it down here. Tale of D. That's a 20. Lee. Hold on. Instructions. Roll once on part 1 column. Roll once on part 2 column. Oh, right, okay, right. So that 20 should be on part 2. Sorry. So part 2. So that should be Devion. Let's go with Devion the One Eye. Yeah, and they were were they a mighty warrior? Or were they a mighty wizard? 50-50? Yes, they were. Okay. Devion, the Great, the One-Eyed, Great Sage. Is there any kind of useful clue in this story as to something that goes on inside of an adventure location? Let's just say 49. So that's a yes. Clue to future adventure location. Okay, so we're going to continue now to our we're going to continue to the, I think we're going to go to just a general store, right? So we're going to continue to, so this is a kind of an adventurer's town which has been kind of set up in probably the ruins of a former settlement. And we are, and yeah, so imagine a bit like a frontier town in a western, except not quite like that, because no one lives here anymore, right? And so it's kind of like everything here is kind of geared around adventuring. So it's kind of a poor place, but it's you know, there's general stores, there's entertainment, gambling dens, so on and so forth, and lots of inns to store adventurers who are travelling into Arden. So we kind of assume the next scene will be the group arrives at the general store, right? And we're kind of leaving chaos rating at 5. So if we roll under a 5, what happens is what happens. We get a 9, so that means 9 scenes is what we want. Scenes, close that. There you go. Scenes. We don't want variations. Significant random events. Scenes. Expected scenes. Testing the expected. So there we go. So a 9 is an altered scene. If your expected scene becomes an altered scene when the scene begins in the next most expected way. So we arrive at the general store, but it's closed. But it's closed for the celebration. So the question now is, where else do we think we could... Because we're not going to break in, that would be silly. Is there a peddler about? That's the question. Is there a peddler about? And given that there's the general store is closed, there's a festival going on, I think it's likely that there's a peddler going around. 68. There is no peddler. Okay, so there's no peddler. Right. Well, it's a nuisance, eh? There's no peddler. Everyone's just enjoying the celebration. So I think the obvious thing for us to do is to embark on celebrating, right? So this day we've not managed to achieve what we were after, right? So we join the celebrations. Join the celebrations. And revel. Does everything go okay whilst we're reveling? Again, I mean, 50-50, right? Anything we're going to get involved in is going to be kind of a nuisance. That's a... Yes, we're fine, but 33, something random happens. Right. Back to the events. Events. 93. Current context. Okay, so because we're reveling, I reckon we have a cobblestone encounter. Right? Feels like it makes sense. 40. 40. 1d6 muggers. Okay. Clearly some adventurers who've fallen on hard times. They immediately attack and will loot the unconscious victims. So they can imagine that we've kind of stumbled down the wrong alley. We've probably only got... we probably don't have our armor. Well, we don't have any of our plate. So that's 3 of them. 3 of them just normally wear plate. So I don't think we'd be wearing our plate around town. I think the thief will be wearing leather. And it's 1d6 muggers. So how many? 1. 1 mugger. This guy's brave. Yes, 1 mugger. Yeah. Just leaps out of the darkness and attempts to cosh us. So let's roll for surprise. There we go. Party isn't so we're not surprised. We managed to see him as he leaps out of these shadows. We will have our swords. Ren will have their armor. Mugger, that's a 1-hit dice. Human, they're clearly desperate. They don't have any. I expect they might have leather. Have they got leather armor? 50-50. Nope, they don't have any armor. So they don't have any armor. They got a kosh. They've leapt in a dagger, probably. They leapt out. And initiative. Doesn't matter. Party goes first, right? So they've leapt out. Party gets an attack. So, with swords, for the most part, because they will have their swords on them. So, and I think we're going to be trying to knock the guy out, right? I don't think we're trying to kill the guy. I think we're going to try and knock the guy out. So we're hitting him with the back of our weapons, the flat of the weapons. 12 against armor class, probably like an armor class 8. Now you see why I should have put these the other way around, right? So armor class 8, that's a hit. For you, is it worth? Yeah, I remember 12. You might hit. Why are you stuck to that? 12, yeah, that's a hit. You, my little guy, 12's definitely. What have you got? Oh, 6. You won't have hit. Yeah, I definitely need to put this on the front of the character. An 8, you might have hit. 8, no, hasn't hit. Okay, so these two will whack the guy. Needing a D8 and a D8 for the Warhammer. Well, it's the back of the Warhammer, so half damage for both of them. So 5 points of damage. And the guy has 4 hit points. So they cosh him round the back of the head and he falls on the floor. Flops to the ground. we're good people, so we don't rob the guy. We just kind of like shake our heads. This is the state that some people in this land fall to. And Ren's like, could have been me. Could have been me. I mean, he used to be a burglar, so it probably was him once. Well, burglars rob houses. Yeah. But yeah, so they revel. They deal with this individual. I think we're going to all spend 10 gold on a day's worth of revelrying. So if we just go here, see, look at all these little bits of book coming off. Very annoying. So David's down at 87. Morblin's down at 87. Ren's down to 2. Axe Hand is down to 2. Right. And we kind of tumble back into the inn after having all our fun. Well, that's what we predict, right? So we predict we're going to tumble back into the inn. Tumble into the inn. So what we expect is going to happen. Let's check. Still assuming a chaos rating of 5. 1. Okay, yeah, we do. We get back, no problem. No problem at all. And it is now the 17th. 17th. Where's the thing? There it is. So the 17th, we were going to head back out. Well, we'll ask the innkeeper if they've got any wine skins they want to sell. And it's likely. Yes. Oh, and it's a random event. Okay. So they do have some to sell, but something else happens. What happens? 100. Current context. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go back to this. Yeah, let's roll. Let's use table 1, 77. That's repair. And then we'll use descriptor table 2. Repair bleakly. Okay. So the innkeeper's like, sure, if you can fix this blockage that we've got. Yeah, all right, blockage, you say. What kind of blockage? And he's like, well, I know. He's like, oh, well, I mean, it's kind of a touchy subject for most people, but our privy is it's blocked. Yeah, and you're like, oh, right, okay. Like, yeah, it'd be really handy if you could go and unblock it for us. Yeah. Is it? What do they think about this? Now, like, is it just blocked with matter, excrement, and is it just blocked with excrement? Is it just a blockage? 5, very much so. Okay, so the way that the thing's working, it basically it's kind of collapsed in on itself, and it needs digging out. And I reckon it'll take a day to dig it out. Maybe half a day to dig it out. And he's like, look, I'll give you free drinks tonight, and I'll give you free bed and board for the night as well. And we're like, okay. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. And it'll get us free bed and board. But, I mean, a day doesn't sound too good. How about you give us free bed and board for a week? And What's our best charisma looking like? What's our best charisma looking like? 10, that's not great. +1, that's pretty good. Caladrel. Oh, Caladrel is very uncharismatic. Right, yeah, so David is doing the negotiations as the most charismatic person here. So they're going to get the +1 for charisma, so I need to get under 12 to get a week. 20. He's like, nah, it's okay. Tell you what, I'll give you 3 days. 3 days, free bed and board. That's my last offer, and of course drinks tonight. And I mean, it's something. It's gold, and it's a free place to stay. Plus, his gratitude, right? So they're gonna do it. Does anything weird happen whilst we're digging out this privy? I think it's unlikely. So under 35. 37. No, just. Now you spend the day digging out a privy. Dig out. Cess pit. Get free drinks and board for 3 nights. Okay, cool. Right, so 18th. Oh, and we get the wineskins for free. How many did we get? Let's roll a D10. D10 plus... Well, no, let's roll some D4 instead. 1, 2, 3, 4 D4. Okay, 4, 6, 10, 11. We get 11 wineskins. 11 empty wineskins. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. It's turn PDF off. There you go. If you're eagerly copying those down. Yeah. So we get 11 wineskins. Who's going to take them? Well, we're going to give 2 empty wineskins. So that's going to be weight 2, taking that out to 686. Ren, you can have 2 empty wine skins. 2. We'll have Morblin can carry 2 as well. 2 empty wine skins. 2. Take him out to 70. 670. Ah, my ears itching. 670. And then Jane doesn't need any because she's not here. Blake Savage. So how many have we given out so far? 2, 4, 6. I've got a terrible memory. 6. I reckon we can have Blake carry 4 of them. 4 empty wineskins. So that's another 4, taking you up to 436. How many rations have we got? We got 8 rations on you. We've got, just to see how long we can sustain if we don't take too much damage. You've got... How many have you got? None? You've got none. you've got none. I thought I had someone else who had some rations. You've got no rations. You have got no rations. You've got iron spikes. You've got five more iron rations. Okay, so that gives us like 2 days worth of rations for when we're in the dungeon. And mentioning the dungeon, we head back in the morning. And by the next time we play, I will definitely have printed these out with the attack details on the front, because having the attack details on the back isn't very useful. But hey ho, it is what it is. I thought I was being clever, and I was, just not quite clever enough. So, back into the dungeon with 6 people this time. Now, I'm going to think about how we do experience now, because I'm going to think about this, right? So far we've been doing collective experience, but because we get 100 per kill at level 1 for a 1 hit dice, right? So at level 2 we get 100 for a 2 hit dice guy, right? So the level 2 characters, the score is halved. The question is the better way to do this to just go by the average party level? I think it probably is, because that way it kind of shows that they're having to put less effort in because everyone else is tougher. So I think that's the way we'll do it. So all experience will be halved, I think. So for a 2 hit dice, you get 200. For a 3 hit dice, we get 150. Should that be 200? I'll have to double check. I think, fortunately, it'll be a while before we come back up to the surface. Hopefully. So we won't need to worry about this until we do come back to the surface. Right. Where's the map of this floor? Here it is. So we are aware that we can't, unless we want to deal with this centipede nest, which so far we've been avoiding, because centipedes are a pain in the arse. Nasty little buggers. So I think we will continue with our cowardly example of avoiding those centipedes. Now we move 60 foot, not 90 foot. So, and down here we're moving at half speed. So we go 1, 2, 3. Doop. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Where did we get to? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's 3. So we roll a D10 for encounters, and we encounter on a 1, not 2. So we don't encounter anything. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here. Yoink. 1. And this is a healing sludge, right? So that way and then around this way to get to the stairs to go down. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leaving us here. And we're not really... 1, 2... We will rest this turn. And we will roll for bad guys. 1. Well, what are the chances? Well, the chances are 1 in 10. Dungeon slime. Those were the chances. Okay, so basement. Claws. What do we get? Let's roll a d20. Now, remember, some of these guys are dead. 8. 3 to 6 giant centipedes. Okay. 2d3 giant centipedes. Was it 1d6 plus 2? 1d6 plus 2. Wait. 3 to 6. 1d4 plus 2. 3 giant centipedes. Okay, what are the giant centipedes reaction roll? 8. So they'll not bother us if we don't bother them. And we won't bother them. Let them scuttle on by. Oh, there's a carrion crawler in this room. Carrion crawler's probably left this room now and is just wandering around. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're in a room of sludge. And I say we'll spend a turn filling up all of our empties with healing sludge. So that's fine. And then we will head back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D10. 3. We're good. Where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heading down. Right. Cool. And we're saying it was going to take us 4 turns to transition the level. So this is why we might end up having to spend the night in the dungeon, is because it's already taken us 12 segments to get started. But it's to be expected when you come through a side entrance, right? Now's our real question, right? As a strategy, what are we going to do? Are we going to try and bypass the halflings? Sounds risky. Are we going to try and go over here where the weird dudes in robes told us not to go? Also sounds risky, but maybe less risky than dealing with these halflings and their poison. Or do we go and sneak around this slime? So 3 options. They all seem pretty bad. If we were going to go through here, do we go through this way? Or maybe down this way, giving us the shortest path. I think that's probably the way that we do it if we go down here. But we'll give some options if we do pick this option, right? So 1 to 2, we're going to go here. 3 to 4, we're going to go here. 5 to 6, we're going to go here. Five to 6, we're going here. So I kind of see that there's really 2 options. We either go around here and try to come in here, or we go around here and try and go in here. So 1 to 3, 4 to 6. 1 to 3. We're going to go down here and we're going to try and work our way into whatever's through this door. Cool. Sounds like a terrible idea, doesn't it? Let's give it a shot. Because we need to do something to get some money. And if we gotta kill some evil halflings, it's going to be what it is. Now we've got some healing. We got 11. We basically got 11 healing potions, which is significant. Good stuff. And we're going to go, yeah. Carefully. I wish I had some kind of... I didn't get something to represent... what's it called? Torches. Need someone to represent torches. Right, so... we come down the stairs... and we're on... No, we're on our thingy, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And D6 for a random event. No random event. Cool. Well, not random event, random encounter. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets us in this room. And we're going down this way, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need to rest. And we need to roll for a random encounter. No random encounter. Okay, now we need to get out of the map because we're heading into a new room. Halls are tough. Zoom in. Zoomy zoom. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. There we go. Oh god. Okay. So, as we head down this corridor, we can see door. So 1, 2, 3 gets us to the door. Thief's gonna have a listen. In a 5 or a 6 to hear anything. Don't hear shit. Nothing on the other side. So we open the door. And it looks like that. And it is room 32. Halls of Arden Val. 32. 32, I choose you. Level key. Alright. 32. 32. Okay, currently the only inhabitant of his former guard post is the skeleton of an elf, staked to the wall of an eastern niche. Niche. The skeleton is inanimate and has no possessions, a thick layer of dust, but halfling boots lead north. We are aware of these halflings. So we're going to try and sneak through here. Okay, GM, can we sneak through? Now, we know we're there, we're being quiet. So we will say this is likely. Yeah. 66. That's a no. That's a no and a random event. Let's roll for a random event. 65. 65. What have you done to us, GM? Oh, well, we're not using threads, so... PC negative. Okay, I mean, yeah. Sometimes things just work out, right? So if we get a current context of it, the thingy, so... let's go to... What room was this? This is... Room 2. Right. Got a bit bolshy for our own good. Room 2. Right. So, what do we think is going to happen? I think that... Well, because we got the random event and it's a PC negative, Roskley Winterleaf is going to see us. And he's going to see us coming through this door. And he's going to be like, hang on a minute. That's not where... I've not seen you come down here. And I think with that, we instigate combat, right? Because we're like, all right, fair enough, fair cop, we've been caught. We are going to have to fight this out. So what we have in here is a bunch of halfling fighters, halfling fighters, and this geezer as well. So how much time have we got? 56 minutes. Okay. Don't think we can finish this fight in 56 minutes, but let's 56 minutes. I don't think we can finish a fight in 4 minutes. But let's have a look here. What have we got? We've got Winterleaf, who is 5 hit dice. 5 hit dice as a 2 to 7 hit. 2 to 7 short sword, or 2 to 5 dagger. Okay. Both weapons are coated in poison. Okay. And armor class is... Armor class is 5. Okay. Now... Oh, and hit points are... 22. Okay, then we've got 5, but let's do 1d4 plus 1 for the number that are in here right now. 2. So there are 2 halfling thieves. Not thieves, 2 halfling fighters who are AC 6 and 1 hit dice, 10 hit points. Well, that's not right. They're halflings. We've got d6 hit dice. 1, so 4 hit points and 6 hit points. A 4 and a 6. What else do we know about? Spears. 2. Okay, so we've got spears and a sling. Fine. Spear and sling. Right. Okay, cool. So that's going to be our command. I don't think I have any halfling models. It's very annoying, right? I got all these classic monster like miniatures, and I keep on coming up against halflings or some other trash. I'm like, come on, give me like some goblins or some orcs or something else like that. I'm going to check through my models. I should probably kind of prepare all my little guys over here. But then it's such a pain to put it all away. So, I think next session we will start off with fight against the halfling thief. Now, each turn I'm going to roll to check whether or not some more halflings join the fight. Also, if Winterleaf looks like he might die, Winterleaf has a potion of invisibility. So a potion takes a round to chug, but once chugged, they'll be able to run away, creating what I expect will be quite an unhappy halfling who will be out to kill us at some point. Okay, So that's going to be next session. We're going to get into this fight with Winterleaf, and it'll be very exciting. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. It's been emotional. I hope you liked this little bit of, something different earlier on, and introducing a bit of the mythic into some of these options, into some of these choices. So yeah, it was fun. See you next time. Bye-bye.